She's like, you're a professional sad boy. I'm like, that's genius. So yeah, I mean, we went out last night and saw Armin van Buren, who we've been hanging out with a little bit, who I randomly met in Cornwall 2 weeks ago. So that's been just like a night. He's been showing me the ropes of ADE, which I feel like he's a good guy to show you the ropes. He seems to know all the stuff. I think he is ADE, as far as I can tell. And then 220 kids been over, Bill and Ted, loads of producers from the UK. So I've just been hanging out with people. It's been an experience. Reading and Leeds was crazy. We had this thing where we'd rehearsed for a week. We had the full band set up, ready to go. And my drummer ended up not being able to make the show on the day. So we had to kind of rethink everything. And we did the show fully acoustically with me and my guitar, 2 acoustics and a stomp box. And it was hilarious. Like, it was mosh pits, people going mad, just people losing their minds. I did Girls Just Want to Have Fun in the middle of the set just for a laugh. And it just popped off. It was hilarious. It was so much fun. So I think that was definitely the highlight of my summer. I mean, not to be cheesy, but I'm a guy from Northern Ireland, and just getting to work with people that are my heroes is kind of crazy all the time. Like, I work with Tom O'Dell, who I grew up just idolizing. Me and 220 Kid did a song last year. We've become best mates since. Niall Horan is Niall Horan. Lewis Capaldi has become the biggest thing in the world. It's just amazing watching these people work and getting to be an equal part of it, if that makes sense. So it's been really cool, and there's a lot of new collaborations and people I'm working with at the minute that are coming out. That is very exciting. Ooh, that's a good one. I think Snow Patrol is probably up there. Because where I'm from, they're not a big band. They are gods. There's murals of them all over the streets in Belfast. Usually, if you're going to a pub, you're like, oh, there's Snow Patrol again. And they signed me when I was like 21. They're like my publishers. So for them to like believe in me in that time was pretty cool. And then to this day, we still work together loads. We write together. We go for dinner together. We chat loads of stuff, and it's just amazing having them kind of help mentor me essentially through all this. So I think they're definitely my favorite people to work with. I'm not saying anybody I might be working with. Who would I dream of working with next? I mean, unrealistic stuff. Lizzo, Coldplay, Ed Sheeran, BTS, and one big lovely mashup would be quite cool. I'm maybe more realistic. I'd love to do a song. I don't know. Maybe do like a big cheesy duet with a girl or something. That would be fun, you know. I mean, it's all real stuff. I'd be lying if I said I was happy all the time, like everyone is, you know what I mean? It's like I like to come across as, not like to come across, I am like this most of the time, but there's also days where most of the stuff I end up writing in my little dungeon studio in East London on my own, you know what I mean? So those are the days when sometimes you can dig a bit deeper and find the real stuff. And for me, the real stuff that I connect to is sort of more heartfelt, powerful, emotional stuff. And it's not to say I don't do happy songs, because I'm writing some of them in it. But just, I love weight in songs, and I love when I go to a concert, I want to see someone like Snow Patrol or Tom O'Dell really just give it to me so it hits you in the chest, and that's kind of what I want to do with my music as well. So that's where it comes from, I suppose. Well, my sister was like, you're not sad. Like, why are you writing sad songs? I'm like, I'm a bit sad. Like, I'm a little bit sad. She's like, you're not. She's like, you're just doing it for money. I'm like, that's horrible. She's like, you're a professional sad boy. I'm like, that's genius. I mean, I can't stress how little I thought about making that video. I did like Good Morning America, and they're like, how did you come up with it? I'm like, I didn't. I don't even know if I'd still come up with it. It just happened. Just watching Friends on TikTok, being like, I'll just do a parody version. And then, Jennifer Aniston put it on her Instagram, and so it went. So performing is my biggest thing. That's what I love. That's the bit that if that one ended today, I'd really struggle to keep going with the rest of it. But if other elements of the rest of it stopped, I'd keep performing forever, if that makes sense. And I didn't think I was that guy, because I always see people on X Factor or whatever being like, I just want to perform, and I'm like, I'm not that guy. And then I came back this summer, and I'm like, oh, I'm fully that guy. I want to be on stage, jumping about. It's just the way it is. So yeah, I don't know. There's a few things. I often thought I'd probably be a pilot, because I love traveling as well. But more realistically, I often see like the postman, and I think he's got a pretty good life. Get up, walk about London, throw some letters in, have a coffee, you're done by 2, see you later. Well, the first time we did it was for I Need You to Hate Me, because it was the middle of lockdown and we couldn't make a music video. And I knew that I wanted to put out this song, couldn't get over to London to do a music video, was in Ireland with my parents, and so we had the idea to just get people to send in videos. And then it worked really well the first time, so then we went and did it for Break My Heart as well, and it's really, really fun. And Don't Say You Love Me, I think we're doing something as well, I can't remember, but yeah, it's really just a fun way of getting people involved, especially when I've never met most of my fans, because they're all over Europe and I haven't toured yet. It's a good way of kind of connecting with people as well. Oh, I do like the Billie Eilish one where she's crying ink.
And I could lie, say I like it like that, like it like that.
I think that's pretty special because I remember when I first was working with a record label, I was like, I want to do something like that. And they're like, well, nobody's ever going to do something like that again because it's so simple and so powerful. And I think if you get those simple ideas into, it's kind of like what I try to do in my music, is trying to get a simple, powerful idea through the whole thing. She does that pretty well. I Need You to Hate Me was pretty banging. Just because we got to set a car. I asked, could I set a car on fire? And somebody said yes, and it was too late, and we did it. And I was like, banging. I wasn't allowed to set it on fire. There's like 3 guys whose job is to set things on fire. Also know that for other jobs I might do. So the song, pretty much this year, for everybody, I think was really tough. And I haven't released as much music as I maybe would have wanted to this year, but looking back, it's all just been the way it had to be. And Loud was the song after I couldn't physically write another song for 3 months. Loud was the one that kind of was the first one I wrote again. And luckily, it was never going to be a big hit. And everybody knew that. I knew that, but I really wanted to put it out. And so the record label were obliging, and they let me put it out. And so, yeah, it's my favorite song I've ever worked on, ever. I wrote it just fully by myself over a number of days and just like really tried to make it perfect. And then the video is me and my girlfriend, actually. She finally got to be in a music video. And yeah, we went to Ireland, and the idea was just like, the lyric is, because when you're here, my mind's not as loud as before. And it's about how I'd been living in this haze sort of thing, and she was the only thing that could ever pull me out of it. And so the video was just trying to get that across in this kind of dream-like state and making it a bit bigger. But yeah, I really liked that one. It was cool. Don't Say You Love Me. I love Lying That You Love Me, but Don't Say You Love Me is a banger. Just is. So that's fine. Another Love. I love Lewis Capaldi, but Another Love is Another Love. It's a big old tune, that, and it's live. It just really pumps. Someone You Love is huge. So, I mean, he doesn't need me to tell him it's a better song. Let's give it to Tom. You know, my party trick is leaving at the perfect time. When I've been there, I've shown my face, and then I've left. And so everybody knows I've been there, but I haven't had to stay for any length of time. That's my party trick.